All right, everybody. Good morning. It's 10:30 here in sunny California, and I know nobody's watching this live, but I'm doing some replay casts today. I will be doing two. This first one is Can't Connect Stuns versus Rodney's Imaginary New Friends. They just played this game about a week ago. And the second one will be Durotan's Couch versus BoomerGaming. So, for this first map, we're going to Dragonshire, and there's no need for a draft. We'll just get right in it. Ah, there it is. Okay, I will go ahead and introduce the teams as they walk through. For Can't Connect Stuns, we've got Shredded Wind on that Rhaegar, Eric on the Tychus, Slick Rub on Johanna, Mockery on Zarya, and Ghost Dunk on that Rexar. And for Rodney's Imaginary Friends, we've got Asmo Chad on the Blaze, Rayvar on the Genji, Drinko on the Karazim, Snarfungus on Chromie, and Rodney on Anub'arak. These are some pretty spicy drafts. I do love seeing Karazim, Zarya, Rexar. People are sleeping on Rexar right now. And Rexar's really good on Dragonshire, being able to hold the point and clear the lane at the same time. So Blaze is already top. Maybe looking to get the jump on Rexar during the rotation. The double blind is going to be very good into this Karazim. He did opt for Iron Fist. Impale hits the Zarya, kind of slowing the rotation, but there's no wave clear down here just yet for red team. Little skirmish here in the rotation. Drinko is going in for that Rhaegar. Getting quite a lot of work done. Johanna probably used up the blinds earlier. And so now the camps are spawning. Rexar losing a little bit of health over here to Asmo Chad and the wave clear as well. Both sieges getting picked up. Zarya going for this high energy tower. It's very well rounded. I love to see it. And even the totem build's going to be a little rough for Karazim to play into. So the shrines are up. Love this Chromie vision. Misha's on the point, so Rexar doesn't have to be too concerned about clearing the lane a bit slower. We'll check back with them soon. So Genji actually went top, so it's a 4v3 down here, and Genji does get the kill onto the Rexar. Nice Impale. Now it's 2v3 down here, because Anub'arak wanted to stall mid for that pressure. Or, sorry, the wave. They didn't have pressure for the dragon. Brave Karazim here, but there is a time trap. They almost got the whole point. Red team actually going for this camp. They said, we don't actually care about the dragon. We know it's not going to be taken for, you know, bajillion minutes. And so this is auto attack armor for that Karazim. Sorry, going to Glove's talent. Tyke is going into the rhythm, which is going to be really good against that Anub'arak, whose main defense is against spell armor instead of percent damage autos. So this camp is going to do some work. If Misha wants to be able to hold the point reliably, they're going to have to, or sorry, Rexar, they're going to have to ignore that camp. I love how brave this Karazim is. Continually disrupting the point cap. Rhaegar's looking for the Genji. They do get it! And Tychus was quite low, so Genji must have used most of their tools in the mid there. Nice pickup by Rodney's on that Zarya. So camp got about a quarter of that fort there. So it's quite a bit of value, but not the end of the world for CCS. Level 7s are online for both teams. We do see Sins Exposed, which is anti-healing. 35%. A proper greeting. That's fun. Doing extra damage to a CC'd hero. The Condemn hits the Genji during the E, so Genji's gonna take quite a bit of damage there. Gonna have tap though. Oh, the Impale and the Burrow miss onto the Tychus. Genji looking to follow up. Chromie's actually looking to follow up here. And they might grab this Tychus. He's actually gonna get away. Misha stuns the Genji, gets the deflect off and the E out. And Asmachad, or Blaze, is capping the top, so red team's gonna have this dragon pressure here. And Genji is chasing this Misha. It's a 2v1 up here. It's definitely not fair. But Tychus is gonna grab bot, so nobody's gonna take the dragon. Nice looking at the siege camp here by Karazim and Chromie. Blue team just now starting theirs. There's good wall damage here by CCS. Rhaegar gonna finish off that camp. I love this. Playing like a Lucio, just walking through the rotations. Good combos onto the Johanna. And they do pick that up. So, dragon pressure for the red team. Oh, the E misses! Eric with all the side steps, but there is just too much CC. Genji with the reset. That gives Rexar some time to cap top once again. It's a valiant sacrifice by the Tychus. Oh, I love it! The 7-side is so good here! Man, we got a treat today. Karazim Gaming. Rip, a move focuses heroes and not a trap? Oh, a move. Oh. Oh, like the time trap. Oh, I see. Didn't quite get to see what happened with the time trap. So Arfungus very gets the slowing sands to kind of slow the Tychus. Johanna walking up. I'm surprised Chromie still has mana. Wow, great pickup. I don't know if the bait was intended, but it was good. So level 10s are online here. We saw a few of them. That's going to be Slowing Sands, which is level 8. Bunker, 7-sided, X-Strike, and Cocoon. And for CCS, we've got Ancestral, Commandeer Odin, Blessed Shield, Expulsion Zone, which gets used right there, and Unleash the Boars. Genji wants to party. Cocoon onto the Johanna. Now Rhaegar is in a tough spot. Gets the Ancestral off. Trying to sidestep everything. Coming back around. Potentially going to make it out. That's a Subdue quest finish for Johanna. That's kind of massive, actually. And Genji's out of mana. Zarya's doing insane damage here. It's so satisfying to see the Subdue quest get done. So, with that pick, blue team's kind of got to decide here. Do they want to pressure the dragon, or do they want to push down a structure? They do pressure the dragon, and they get the dragon here. Massive expulsion zone. There's no way this Chromie gets out. Actually, the time trap is really, really good. Oh, and she's got the speed. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, Chromie's 1v3ing right now. Okay, Dragon's looking for mid. Doesn't look like they're gonna get the whole thing. 7-sided is disgusting against the Dragon. Rexar is going to take the stun hit. They're gonna lose about half their health. The Dragon is dead. It gets some damage mid. Nice stopping attacking when the deflect comes out. Oh my gosh, that's gotta be so annoying to play into. The slowing sands. Rexar is in the expulsion zone. Or the cocoon. So it gets protected a bit after. Expulsion Zone's such a nice CD. 45 seconds. So Siege Camp getting looked at here, but they know Chromie's got vision. Genji jumps in. This is 4v3. Now that Johanna's walking back. Nice combo, but Zarya gets the unstop from her shields. I did hear the Purge Cleanse go off as well, so that's 2 unstops used. Zarya gets theirs much more quickly though. Overall, the map's looking pretty even. There's some damage up here and some damage down here. Blaze wants to finish off this Rexar. Playing Ring Around the Rosie over here. That's it. That's the stun. And Genji's here for the finish. Oh, that was beautiful, actually. And they tried to invade here, but Rexar is looking a little chunked. And, you know, into the corridor with Chromie and slowing sands, it can be really tough, actually, to move forward. So Blaze is getting a ton of structure on this top now that they've killed that Rexar. It's unfortunate for Rexar that, like, Genji's just one of those heroes that can rotate so quickly. Like, by the time you realize the fight is outnumbered, you know, it's too late. Genji can come back and make it there reliably. Oh, the 7-sided almost finishes. Tychus dodges out, but Genji with the finish. There's a cocoon onto the Rhaegar, into the slowing sands. Just a nasty combo, dude. Alright, Blaze is capping top here. This fort is nearly dead, but blue team actually got that camp, and they were giving bot fort for that camp. Blessed comes out here. So stun onto the blue team, and Genji with another Rexar kill. That is so unfortunate for the offlaner. You hate to be in this position, because red team is trying to push down here. Blue team is putting up a good defense. So they have dragon pressure here. Zarya's probably not going to allow this to happen for free. Oh my goodness! That was like the tiniest sliver of room. It does take some time for Zarya's Q to travel. I really like how well these two have been interacting with each other. Chromie's always there for the follow-up. They're using each other's ults synergistically. Rodney is not afraid. The E-in might have been a little much, but they are alive. Big stun from the Blaze. Ancestral going onto the Zarya, but it's not going to complete before she goes down. Oh, that was a beautiful stun onto the Rhaegar. I mean, these stuns are amazing, but, you know, landing the follow-up damage after is also a work of art.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
So Dragon getting quite low. Probably gets one more breath off. And they're gonna leave. So it's 16 talent tier for every team. Chromie, of course, level 18 is gonna get their level 20. And this is spell armor reduction the longer you sit in it, which is insane. If you can't touch Chromie and you're sitting in slowing sands, this is massive. It also persists for 5 seconds after being cancelled. So less of a mana drain. Bruiser Camp getting picked up for Rodney's. Siege for CCS. Asmachad is actually getting the Bruiser Camp top. So it's going to be some really good pressure here for red team. Expulsion Zone's pretty good here. Johanna getting quite low. Misha's the only casualty thus far, the Feign Death. And they're going to use some ults here onto the Rexar, including 7-sided. Asmo's on this back line. Still even talent tiers, but they are down one now. Johanna getting tapped here, gets the Iron Skin. Odin's going to come out for the defense. It is going to push them away, I believe. They are quite strong. Rodney Eing in. The nice totem slow. Is it going to seal the deal here for the Tychus? Slowing Sands is so annoying. The Condemn doesn't land, but they are running for their lives. There's so much long-range damage here between Zarya and Tychus. Rodney has 250 health. And that camp top was getting value all the while. This whole wall is going to go down. Both towers. It's a nice expulsion zone. Kind of sealing Genji out. Forcing the E. Negative 50 spell armor is insane. So this camp got dealt with. Zarya is kind of deep in the middle here. Has the unstoppable. Rodney used both stuns, but has rewind, presumably. So they used the rewind for it. Ancestral was not up for another 10 seconds, so... wow. Nicely timed stun. This is massive. Chromie loves to fight in this type of space. And they're gonna pick up this Bruiser camp all the while, too. I wonder if this is an end angle. Looks like they need to keep first. They want to do some homework mid. And so they're going for the dragon. Much safer. This pretty much guarantees a keep, depending on how they push with it. And GS admins are smoking crack. Yeah, I mean, this division is 3 divisions in 1. I've been saying this. I mean, you've got, like, Storm Div couldn't be formed. There are teams from Storm Div, and then there's Heroic Div, and then Nexus was, I don't know what happened, but it was just too small, and so they threw them in with Heroic. So Ancestral does go off, and Rengar's gonna get the sidestep from the Blaze Jet Propulsion. So they are gonna survive there. Bunker is used for the expulsion zone here. That's not a bad trade. 45 seconds for 80 seconds, but Zarya's going down. To the Chromie and the Anubarak and the Cocoon just for the seal on Johanna. No cleanse, no ancestral allowed. The stuns are massive here, and not having a way to get to this Chromie, just doing so much damage. 84,000 damage, and for reference, top damage on CCS was under 40k. That's insane. And Kirby never died. So this first map went very strongly onto the side of Rodney's imaginary friends. And let's see. Update the score here. I don't know who picked this map. Doesn't quite show me there. But let's pull up game 2. You know, I thought that Rexar was gonna kill it on this map, but having the Genji there, always ready for the gank. That was very unfortunate. Just pulling up that second replay here. Hopefully everybody's morning's going well. There are more of you watching than I expected on a Wednesday at 11-ish. We're going to be doing another replay cast after this. Durotan's Couch versus BoomerGaming. And we'll get into it here. So we are going to Infernal Shrines. This is a fun map to watch. And we've got some cool picks here. We'll talk about it in a second. I'll just pause it so we can see this draft. You've talked to Mockery about it a lot. I agree that it makes no sense that they went to heroic div. Are you referencing Nexus? I feel like, yeah, that's actually quite a big jump. They lost 2 Masters players and then went up a div. Yeah, I mean, there's been, you know, a long ongoing conversation about placements and trying to figure out where teams should be. And a lot of times they err on the side of caution by placing a team higher, you know, in like just in case they roll a lower div. But they're not always, you know, they don't always make the best prediction, and you can only tell what's going to happen like once the season starts going, and it may feel obvious, you know, to the teams that are, you know, experiencing it. So yeah, definitely some unfortunate placement here, probably, if that's how they feel. Heroic, again, being many divs into one probably did not help. So yeah, some feedback to implement for next season. Maybe return of Nexus. Maybe get some more teams in there. So as far as the draft here, for Rodney's imaginary friends, we've got Drinko on that Deckard, Rayvar on the Tracer, Diablo is played by Rodney, Asmachad on the Hogger, and Snarfungus on Orphea. And very spicy, we've got CCS playing Cho'Gall. Shredded Wind is playing Cho. Eric is playing Gall. Ghost Dunk is playing Dahaka. Slick Rub is playing Brightwing. And Mockery's playing Hanzo. Oh, I see. They had mentioned before this season. Yeah, there has been a conversation in the suggestions where we were discussing like sort of like a preseason discussion, like, hey, we feel like this might not be right, and then having sort of a trial period, and like there's some simmerings of like maybe we could try like a placement brawl for like 5 weeks, but then the season would be shorter. So definitely something to reach out about and kind of continue that discussion. Because I feel the same way. Like, I was placed, and then I was like, no, we're gonna get so rolled. But they did it out of caution. So there's a lot of new teams forming, and I think it kind of helps when like the teams are more consistent and stable. This team was consistent and stable too. So CCS has been around for a while, I think. I think it's definitely something to keep note of for next time. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Let's have them all walk to the middle real fast.
The battle begins in 3, 2, 1.
We've got Orphea going this Q build. Bad luck having an awful time. Sapphire, very strong on Deckard. Tissue regen for the Dahaka Hyper Shift. That's going to be very good for this Cho'Gall here. And Redemption on the Hanzo. And this looks like possibly Q builds. Or auto for Diablo. Shreric. It's a good name. The cleanse is really good for that Deckard route for Hanzo to get away. Very nice cleanse. Combo onto the Cho'Gall after they have engaged. Smart to walk back, kind of closer to where the healer is. Gets the spell armor after the pulse bomb. I think that's what that's called. Pulse bomb. I don't play Tracer, sorry guys. So neutral camp is getting picked up here by red team. Tracer getting a little bit of soak mid here. Diablo getting quite chunked by this Hanzo. There's a nice shove after the shadow charge. I love seeing Cho'Gall play. He's actually such a fun hero to play. Only Cho, of course. I like being able to use my legs. I can't stand playing Gaul. Just like when I'm dying as Cho'Gall, but I'm Gaul, I just start like right-clicking, like out of panic. That's a nice tog onto the Tracer here, but not enough damage because the towers are hitting minions. Neutral camps are getting picked up by both teams here. Looks like red team's gonna finish first. They have the potential to invade based on the timing, but opting to clear here. Cho'Gall is one of those heroes that you want to get some later talents, do lots of damage, lots more sustain. So early game is quite important. Very nice shove. The timing on these shoves have been so good. Nice poly onto the Tracer. Orphea's doing so much damage though, and later when Orphea gets percent, this is gonna really hurt the Cho'Gall. So objective came up just now. Looks like it's the Mortar Punisher, I think, based on this little candle symbol. We've got the camp pushing here. It's a little low though. And they've got a camp pushing bot. This is a nice big wave. Shadow Charge on Diablo. Cho'Gall is not afraid. Also getting the flip out. Not gonna die to that pulse bomb. Getting quite low. Dahaka has joined the fight. Everybody on blue team is a little low. It's gonna be a nice Z. Gonna get Cho'Gall pretty healthy again. Good poly. Blue team very aware of their wallbang positioning. Very nice. It's a good cleanse too. Hawker getting the little spin. Hanzo finishing that redemption quest. Pulse bomb not doing a ton with the armor. Oh my goodness. That last Q would have finished the Brightwing. And Orphea almost paid the price for it. Nice poly to prevent the follow-up. They're so chunked back here, but they are winning the objective. They do get that Tracer at the end of it. There's 7 more monkeys for, 4 more for Rodney's. Hogger wants to finish it off. There's 2 more. The spin back in. They're gonna get it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful spin. You love to see it. This camp is still alive. Didn't actually get an insane amount down here. But it is still alive. Like the shove. Hanzo doesn't need mana because they're redemption. I love this build on Orphea. Pretty much as much damage as humanly possible in the first 7 talents. Or first 7 levels. Yeah, that Punisher got very, very little. It's about half the wall, a little less. Neutral camp getting taken here by CCS. Orphea and Deckard. Diablo on the way. Not quick enough. Tracer getting this mid. Auger's doing nicely top. This is auto attack Diablo. Oh, an Emerald. Emerald's kind of nasty here into Cho'Gall. And Brightwing. Like, Rodney's is playing well, but they also have, you know, a lot of really good picks here. Talents and heroes. Wow, these shoves are so good! Hanzo getting a little caught out in the rotation here. Level 10's coming online soon for CCS. Just offlaner things. So both teams actually getting level 10 at about the same time. We see Eternal Feast, Hortipult, Quantum Spike, so that more percent damage. Stay a while and listen, and APOC. We've got Dragon's Arrow, Blink Heal, Isolation, Twisting Nether, and Hammer of Twilight. The arrow is massive and Cho'Gall pushes them in. They use the Hammer of Twilight, but Tracer gets the Blink off first. The APOC hits 3 people, and the Eternal Feast. Eternal Feast also mitigating that. Does the Z go off for the Cho'Gall? Wait a second! Who did the Z go on to? Was that Emerald? Did Emerald stop Cho'Gall from healing an insane amount? It's busted. Oh, wallbang onto the Hanzo. The flip is gonna seal the deal. Tracer with a triple kill here. So, Cho'Gall really shining in the 13-16 level area. Diablo doing a massive dive here. Lots of spell armor. Rayvar waiting for the spell armor to drop before dropping the pulse bomb. Slickrub able to get away with 78 health. Dahaka popping the essence here, preventing the dive from pursuing further. Cho'Gall is ready. Kind of looking at the backline here. Right Wing's getting the Z in, does not get Emeralded this time. Diablo is very, very low. Oh, the arrow is huge! Orphea gonna get the mobility out though. That was very close to more kills for CCS. They do get the Diablo. Diablo had souls, so now Diablo's back at 25. The Hawk is almost done with tissue regen. Red looking like they want to force here. Tracer just kind of being a menace in the back line here. Good plans. Twisting Nether is getting popped, but is it actually going to get value here? It's not. The sleep is huge. The shove to prevent the APOC, but the APOC still hits the other two after Stay a While. Stay a While and APOC? That's amazing. I don't know why I've never seen that. It's very spicy. I love it. The combo onto the Cho'Gall. Twilight Hammer mitigates some of the damage. So, Tahaka going top. Getting a lot of value done here. Some tower. This objective is going to go to Rodney's. This one is the Arcane Punisher. Yep. Trying to learn the actual terms for everything. Diablo in a very aggressive spot here, and looks like Tracer's gonna want to follow up. Actually, their whole team's gonna want to follow up. Jump goes on the Cho'Gall. Okay, he knows. He knows. Is it still unsafe? So the whole fort goes down. Hogger's having fun up here. Taking that bruiser camp while their team is pushing. So jump, hits the Cho'Gall, gets rooted by the Deckard. Looks like they want to charge in. Letting it cancel instead. Oh, the arrow's massive! That was a beautiful arrow. Why did the camp off this way? Okay, they get another kill. Unfortunately, I did miss it. The shove forward. Okay. This is very nice defense by Deckard. Diablo might have died here. This top fort is likely to go down to Hogger. Dahaka's got something to say about it, though. Dahaka just wants the minions. Hogger's full rage, so it's kind of scary to be here. Plus this fort's gonna die to the minions. CCS gonna pick up that camp. That fort's gonna go down top. Both tanks traveled up here. Ooh, very close. Okay, level 16s are online for Rodney. I think blue team's gotta be a little careful here. This camp is looking a little illegal right now. Okay, does not get the wall bang. The cleanse goes off, but Tracer's gonna finish them off. Okay, wait a second! The sleep looks a little backwards. So Dahaka decides to burrow in, I believe, or walks down. A lot of potions already here in the back. Dahaka cannot move because of Diablo. Looks like Cho'Gall might get away. The shove is good. I like the Twisting Nether for the engage, but I think Cho'Gall is gonna die here. There is so much percent damage on the side of Rodney's. Like, you've got 3% here on the Q, which its cooldown is like 2 or 3 seconds if you land it. 8% here on the wallbang. 6% here. I'm sure there's more. The damage has been good here for the Hanzo, but Deckard's pots have been really big. This camp actually went ignored during all that. Bot. Got a bit more mid. So level 16 is pretty big. For CCS. I like this armor reduction for the poly for Diablo and Tracer. Making sure that you can seal the deal before the poly gets removed. Everything gets cleansed. Okay, even talent tier here. Fight on the objective. You got this camp pushing bot though. Tracer's deciding to push that lane in. So blue should be able to see this and, you know, make kind of a decision based on that. Augur going for the spin. There's a massive arrow. They are taking a target here. Okay, Gall's gonna finish off that Orphea, but the Eternal Feast! Orphea killing from the grave! Nice tongue onto the Diablo, who's getting absolutely destroyed by Giant Slayer. They nerfed it, but, you know, it's still a bunch, especially when you land a scatter arrow. Augur's looking. Oh my gosh, those scatters are gross! Ah! The Z was coming out, it was almost in time, but Deckard does finish off the Hanzo. And so Dahaka's getting that CDZ, but doesn't quite make it out. So Brightwing's still gonna have Z. Gonna have to deal with this siege camp and 2 catapults. Maybe take some core damage real quick. Unless they're deciding not to finish objective. They're deciding to try and end, which is actually kind of interesting here based on the cooldown timer, the respawn timers. But the shields are pretty low already. Orphea's actually looking to continue. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! That was actually so close. Red team actually forcing their lead here by slowing down the objective, timing it with some camps. And they did get their level 20s recently. We've got the spell power collection, Eldritch Conduit by Orphea. No control, you love to see it. Lord of Terror. Really good percent stealing. Diablo looked like they wanted to go in there, but they got poly by the Brightwing, which is actually really good. I think the Z got interrupted, so Cho'Gall wasn't going to get that Z, and Tracer's just kind of destroying the backline here. GG is getting called. It's definitely a misclick on the direction of that sleep. It happens sometimes. I mean, I've definitely done things in the wrong direction before. I thought maybe you tried to get the Brightwing before the Brightwing got the blink off, but so Hanzo's actually top dam here. right, and that's gonna be a series win for Rodney's imaginary friend. Complaining about the dance. I didn't know that was a thing, dancing at the end of the game. Didn't know. Yeah. Update the score there. Congratulations to Rodney's imaginary friends. I know some of you are in the chat. Looking forward. I think you guys are in the playoffs for sure. You're pretty up there, aren't you? Let's see. Yeah, you're second. Only 1 point difference from top spot. So I'm pretty sure you guys are in the playoffs. So that'll be exciting to watch. And we are actually doing another replay cast here. Just gonna set that up. Reset all the scores here. Okay, we're going to Durotan's Couch versus BoomerGaming. A game they played around the same time as that last game we just watched. I actually don't know the results of these games before casting them, so I'll update the title too. Give this another pause here as we talk about the draft. So, as you can see, we are at Infernal Shrines yet again with very different drafts. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to change the names and the logos. I'm moving too quickly, guys. BoomerGaming. It's their logo again. The couch logo. Super easy. Oh yeah, BoomerGaming is the Deckard logo. I love it. There we go. Now the logo's all nice and right. Okay. Let's see. For Durotan's Couch, we've got Wildcard playing Dahaka, Goliath playing Tychus, Captain Wedge playing Diablo, Yonner's playing Rhaegar, and I Just Fizz playing Malthael. Let me play this so the chat leaves. We've got, for BoomerGaming, iFeed playing Greymane, Kala Voth playing a new rack. Hi, other Kala. Chronicler playing Hogger, E-Bagatron playing Oriole, and Dope Monster on the Sergeant Hammer. I feel like I don't see Sergeant Hammer that often. So, should be interesting. Especially into the Malthael. Like, if you're able to CC the Malthael once or twice and in a Hammer circle, I feel like Malthael's kind of dead. Let me just make sure I'm actually recording this. Oop. Quite a skirmish happening here top. Oriole's looking like they might die here. Doesn't currently have a crown on anybody. Having a hard time getting energy through all the CC. That's going to be a pickup for Durotan's Couch. Early game kills aren't too crazy here. Respawn timers are short. Not a bunch of EXP. Early camp start by BoomerGaming. And they're doing an invade here. It's still a 4v4, however. Dahaka burrowing in, so now it's a 5v4. This is exactly what you want to do as a Dahaka. Pike is getting pretty low though. They're gonna give that camp. And you kind of have to against the Dahaka. It'll be tough for this Tychus to do quite a lot of damage to the Sergeant Hammer just due to his range. Like, grenade is about the most you can do without somebody tanking. I like this, the CDR for Oriel's Q. It pairs really well with the blinds at, I believe, level 13. Blinds will be good for Tychus, Rhaegar. Bruiser Camp is getting pinged, probably by red team. Doesn't actually tell you who's pinging it. Malthael's gonna start on this Bruiser as well. Probably not gonna do it as quickly, but I'm sure comparable for one person doing it against two. There's just 3 people down here and 1 hammer who is like, you know, just tower defense. They're waiting to cap here. Malthael gonna back, so gonna cap right away. And it's a good time for it anyways. Just before objective. Having both of those camps crash. Hammer's gonna go back down bot here. Clear this wave. They look like maybe they want to get level 7 before doing this objective, fighting for it. Oh, fun spin. Okay, so the Haka and Tychus are mid. We'll see if the Haka decides to go top or bottom. They are responding to the Hammer, who has a massive wave down here. The spin ends. Nice combo onto the Hogger, who's getting minigunned by the Tychus. Actually cannot fit through. Very nice body block by that Diablo. Minigun is doing work here. What's going on down here? Okay. Blue team's got 30 little monkeys. I gotta know what those are called. For real. I know they're not monkeys. This talent has been much more popular ever since they altered Oriel in one of the most recent patches. The jump actually lands onto the Greymane as Anubrak tries to eat the stun because Greymane was in the area. And it's dying. This Punisher is dying. It's gonna get about half the fort with assistance from the enemy team. Now this was the matchup I was more expecting to see. Not the Dahaka versus Hammer. Nice push. Doesn't get the whole fort, but it's still quite a bit. Especially considering how fast they burned it. So getting this siege camp already gives them time to consider their options for an invade. They also take the neutral camp instead. And they're gonna get level 10s. Durotan's couch is gonna get level 10s pretty soon here. There's a stun onto the Diablo. And they walk away, knowing that 10s are here. There's an Odin, but there's also a Hammer. Which one is gonna do more damage? They're just fighting each other. But Hammer's got an Oriole, so they're both pretty much full health. Level 10s are now available for BoomerGaming. It's gonna be Cursed Bullet, Cocoon, Hortipole, Crystal Aegis, and Napalm Strike. And for Durotan's Couch, they picked up Isolation, Commandeer Odin, Lightning Breath, Ancestral Healing, and Last Rites. First Bullet onto Diablo with a stun, gets the cleanse. The Hortipole and the Loot Horde building a wall here. Diablo is going to be able to walk away. The Cocoon goes out onto the Rhaegar. Now there's the Crystal. The Last Rites is for sure going to get that. I love that. Seal the deal. Okay, Malthael's putting in work here. Getting both of those kills. Immediately runs over here. Do they want it or do they want the fort? So they're gonna go for the fort, tank it with the totem, a few shots. See who tanks it next, this Rhaegar. All the while Hammer is pushing down here. They did trade a fort for a bit of a wall, and now they want this camp up here. Hogger's gotta let him have it. Taka finishing tissue regen. This is massive for Durotan's Couch. They've got this camp, so not only is Red Team not going to have a camp, they're going to have this pushing down during objective. And they will be getting 13s, level 13s, pretty soon. So, during objective. Oh, wow. How'd they see that? I assume Crystal may get used here. Okay, not actually gonna get used, but almost. Diablo looking for this hammer, maybe. Odin's popping out. Hammer's gonna need to get into that circle, but getting a little bullied by the Haka. It's definitely advantageous for Boomer to be playing around the Hammer. But the Hammer is having a bit of a hard time getting in position to be able to fight near the objective. Decides to go to bot as they got the objective really quickly on the side of Durotan's Couch. This one's Arcane. Level 13 we're online, by the way. Malthael picking up that Unstoppable. So, the Punisher is going to die pretty soon. The Haka getting a ton here on the back line, but Rhaegar's actually gonna go down to the Hammer. Oh, the Last Rites saving the Greymane! Or, sorry, the Crystal. Very nice. Nice turnaround for the side of BoomerGaming. Their fort is quite low, but they definitely needed that. Now they're pretty much even in terms of experience. And who's to stop the Hammer? I can see why Dahaka went tissue regen here. Hammer does so much damage. Okay, so here's the blind talent for Oriole. Effectively, they can have a blind every couple seconds, which is really good into the Tychus. So, both siege camps getting taken by their respective teams. Hogger looks like they're in a bit of a pickle here. Very nice spin. They are going to take this fort, though. I mean, it was pretty low. Nubrak getting the Cocoon. Now Diablo's in a tough position. The Q gets cancelled by the whip. And they're in the hammer circle. Hammer's doing an insane amount of damage here. Hortipult is really good and gets the stun onto the Tychus. No, I don't think that last rites would have killed Hogger, but that's what you want to save Crystal for. You pretty much just want it for the last rites. Just because last rites does percent based on what you're missing. Oriel's healing numbers have definitely gone up since the patch. I'd love to see. Lots of burst damage there. They look like they just want this fort. It's a big wave pushing top with a catapult. Malthael kind of wanting to go in on the back line. Wants to look at the hammer. Very nice dodge on the Wraith Strike. Rhaegar's actually doing more healing than Oriel right now. And Oriel is stacking. Epicenter. PDR for everybody you hit with your burrow. Lots of percent damage challenge too. Hogger took the stun. Rhaegar took the bite. Blue team gonna get this camp successfully. Hogger, gonna get wallbanged by the Diablo's just the tiniest wallbang, but the Hortipult gets forced. Despite what the map looks like, the experience is quite even. Objective getting started by Durotan's couch. Hammer's trying to steal some. In a tough spot here. So Hogger's gonna make their way down now. Diablo's in the cocoon. Commandeer Odin getting popped. I love the whip onto the Diablo. Gets the Ancestral, but he's still quite low. The last rites onto the Anubrak. Gonna get a heal off. There is so much happening, and Hammer is just doing an insane amount of damage. So is Greymane. Oh wow, that was a weird interaction, like Dahaka in the burrow, but like the Loot Horde moving their hero. Nicely done by BoomerGaming. And this is a Frozen Punisher, and it's going bot, which is the weakest lane here. I like this call, trying to get some counter pressure as red team closes in bot, waiting for their team to respawn. I really wish I had seen the draft, because I wonder if this hammer was like sort of a later pick. You know, I feel like generally you'd see more ranged heroes had you thought about this earlier, you know, but if it was the last pick, I can see how this happened. I forget who said this, but they call Sergeant Hammer the draft breaker, because if you pick Hammer and you don't have anything for it, it's really tough. So Frozen Punisher has half of its health, but red team is saying that was good enough. They want mid instead. So the Frozen Punisher is dead now. This camp providing some counter pressure, but Hogger's gonna provide some core pressure here once they're done with this. Oh my goodness, the boop from the hammer was actually so good. And Oriel is going to be able to get that healing off. The last rites got defended by the crystal. I love this Oriel pick into the Malthael. Oriel sitting at a nice 11 stacks. Oh no. There's only one last rite stack because of Crystal Aegis. Getting some fort damage. Nice stuns by the Anubrak. It's a lot of core pressure here. It's getting pinged. I love that the replays record pings. I think that is so cool. Blue team's a little split here. Nice tongue onto the Nubarak. Now they're gonna mount up their best defense against this hammer, who just really wants the structure. And I think they're just gonna have it because BoomerGaming has level 20 advantage over Durotan's couch. Thunderburst, Rewind, No Control, Shield of Hope. Level 20 for hammer. Grants up to 60% attack speed. That's a massive power spike. Yes, blue team is saying we need to be on the opposite side of the map as these guys. We need level 20, and they want the fort. I love it. This is actually good. It's tough giving this away, but they didn't have 20, so they probably didn't want to fight them anyways. They are gonna get this whole fort top. And they're not stopping. They have Greymane and Hammer? Okay. They are stopping, actually. Caster Curse. Okay. Red team picking up their camp here. That will do nicely for them during the objective. Blue team's camp is coming up in 22 seconds, but they have this mid camp. Sorry, the bruiser camp's not up yet. Oh my goodness, the blink! The ISO hits the Greymane. There's a lot of stuns coming out from the Anubarak. The Ancestral is massive. Last Right's gonna hit that Hogger, but they still have Crystal. He was not in range. Can they really fight into the hammer though? Blue team used 5 ults. Red team used 4. Sorry, 4 ults. Oh yeah, 5. And red team used 4. So they are gonna back off without the Hogger. Though I wonder what that fight would have looked like if they kept going. If they were able to keep going. This is pretty scary, but will provide a lot of counter pressure during the objective. This is a Mortar Punisher barreling down mid for the side of Durotan's couch. Red team's gonna have to mount up a good defense if they don't want to lose their keep. That was Contagion, by the way. Big Red Button, Hellgate, Farseers, and no one can stop that. Which is an immediate respawn. Successful bait of the Punisher by the Anubarak, not getting stunned. Oh, and it's getting chucked. It's already halfway dead. But there's a catapult back here. It's going to be protected for a little bit. Stun combo onto the Anubarak. But the Diablo gets whipped. He's getting insanely stunned. That was a massive stun chain. And that's 2 picks by BoomerGaming. They're still looking. You love to see it. Dodge the second stun. Is there rewind? And there's a cocoon. I think they already used rewind on that Diablo. Oh, but Diablo was back with souls. It's possible Anubarak just dies here. Is there enough energy to sustain the Anubarak? There is! She has so many stacks. And the Ancestral is also getting used, as well as Odin. Once again, many ults have been popped. Somebody's gonna have to deal with this. Looks like it's gonna be Malthael and Rhaegar. Despite this game, you know, getting to this level, there's only been about 5 to 7 kills on both sides. Half the structures are gone. Lots of hiding in bushes. Checking the bushes. Without structures, it's hard to know where everybody is. They're doing a pretty good job now playing around the hammer. It sucks that they don't have this keep, because now when they want to fight, they have to always be concerned about, is this lane pushed out far enough so that we don't take core damage? Nice healthy wave up here. I like checking the vision. Oh my gosh, how many camps have been taken in this game? I feel like at least 20. It's a game of camps. What are we on? Garden of Terror? Looks like everybody wants to fight on this. Greymane may have wanted that bottom camp, but probably a call was made here. Not doing it extremely fast, but it doesn't look like anybody's gonna want to sit on it. They said we can play slow, we can clear it, look at what's going on back here. Towers can't touch these camps. Oh, the catapult's having to move around. Oh my gosh, the catapult is stuck! I've never seen that. So now this neutral camp's getting taken by blue team, and that's very nice for them. They're not going to have to worry too much about bot, minus these, after clearing these 3 katas. But a fight is already breaking out without Kahaka and Greymane. So Haka burrowing in at the expense of the core. It's going to be some core damage here. And they said, you know what, F it. If they get this objective, we probably lose. It's going bot. Really nice Ancestral onto the Malthael. And Diablo gets it, because they broke the cocoon out. Diablo, sorry, Tyke's doing as much damage as they can to this hammer, but Oriole with the stacks is always having hammer at full. A nice tongue onto the Greymane, but the crystal's gonna save his life. And they're just full health. Oh, the no control. Okay, Malthael is going to use that level 20, I believe.
Red team has summoned an arcane punisher.
This is gonna be pretty tough. The only person they have that can, you know, eat the stun is going to be that Dahaka. And Hammer's like another Punisher here. The stun gets eaten by the Malthael. Now the respawn timer is quite long. The ISO not gonna make it. Now it looks like game 1 going to BoomerGaming. Really, I had no idea who was gonna win that, but we did see towards the end there, the scaling with the Oriole and the damage output with Sergeant Hammer. It was very good. Well executed. Check out the map here. We went to Infernal Shrines. I don't know why the bottom part goes away when I do that. But the next game here. We don't know how many games it is. Ooh, it's Battlefield of Eternity. Nice. I'm excited. They were doing a lot of brawling in that last one.
Prepare yourselves for
Let's see. For Durotan's couch, we've got Wildcard on the Sonya. Goliath playing Greymane. Oriole swapping sides now. I Just Fizz playing her. Captain Wedge playing the Diablo. And Yonners on Zarya. For BoomerGaming, we've got Dope Monster on Hanzo. I Feed on the other Shimada brother, Genji. Kalavoth on the Diablo. Chronicler playing Urel. I'm missing someone.
seconds.
E Bagatron on the Anduin.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This Oriole opted for Searing Light. Scatter Hanzo. Potential Q build or auto attack Diablo. Double blinds Joe. And block Sonya. Wow, 6 stacks! Alright. Heard. Diablo getting quite chunked here. Oriole wanting the whip. Diablo getting a really good flip combo. Early game, if you have the Zarya, you're pretty hard to kill. So thinking about the burn here, we've got Hanzo that's good at the burn and Greymane that's good at the burn. I can't tell which team would win, but I think the addition of Zarya is a little bit better than Oriole, or sorry, Yrel in this case, and I think they would have a slightly better burn. Plus there's Sonya. And Johanna's really good at defending the Immortal by herself. So we've got a 2v1 here top. The classic rotate with Genji. But Bot's getting pushed nicely down here. They got that side wall, the mid wall, the tower. Genji's gonna have to come back down. Oh, I like the condemn to interrupt the Diablo combo. $16 scatter already. They're killing it. Nice combo. Johan's actually tanking tower shots here. The scatter's finished? That's insane. They are going to pick up the Genji after the whip from the Oriole. And they're running it down. They're going to get this full fort. Red team is they're chunked. This camp is still alive. Yrel jumping in. Leaving top for just a second there. Wow, that was a really fast fort. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Now both bruisers getting looked at just before objective. Let's hold your ground. Iron's getting CD, reduced by 2 seconds. The burn is favoring Durotan's couch right now. Diablo back before the camp. Now Diablo's here. Going a little deep. Team trying to follow up. Yrel is in there. Gets a massive 4-person stun. Fights are looking a little bit more even now. Sonya's dealing with this camp pop. Looks like Durotan's couch might win this, yeah. They got that really early lead just before halftime as Diablo was respawning. Not respawning, but returning from the hearth. So Immortal's coming top. It's got about a third of its shield. Oh my goodness. The Immortal stun blocked Diablo from going back in. Oh, these whips are nasty. Diablo using the tap here. The move speed shield on Zarya's can feel really abusive. It's 50% move speed. And so this whole fort's gonna go down to the Immortal and the minions. And so this is a 4v5. There's 5 people here on the red team. Sonya is missing. They look like they want to force a little more. So Urel's gonna go back bot, match the Sonya.
Must rest for a time.
Blue team's gonna pick up this top camp. Oh no, this little robot dog, he's twitching. He's a senior doggy. So I'm just gonna look at this bottom camp saying that they have to respawn top. And they're playing quite slow. I love this. They have control of so much of the map because they have both of the forts. Just get in the camps, go to the other lane. Wait for them in rotations. Oh, just barely missing the wall bang. That's one stack of chastise. Or piercing light. No level 10s yet for either team. And Sonya's now showing top. Urel's gonna go match.
We immortals shall return before long, heroes.
Blue team rotating. Urel looking like they might know. Red kind of playing in this pocket here. Level 10s on the horizon here for Durotan's couch. They're gonna pick it up. It's Leap, Crystal Aegis, Blessed. Go for the throat and expulsion zone. They really have to give this half-time because of level 10. Oh my gosh, the whip over the wall. Still gets wallbanged. Or stunned. Wow, let's go. 4 sacks? Wait, Andy's got their sword. Oh no. How can Red Team break through here? There's only 1 kill on the board, and it belongs to Durotan's couch. They just need to even out in levels, and they've been doing a good job of rotating to protect their structures from the camps. And when blue team looks like they want to push. Okay, level 10s. We've got Apocalypse, X-Strike, Ardent Defender, Dragon's Arrow, and Light Bomb. That's a lot of stuns.
The heavens shall triumph this day. I will
Portal doesn't have a cleanse.
gates of hell.
But there is Blessed and Aegis. So Sonya's up here dealing with this camp. It's a very healthy Immortal. The whip missing on the Urel after she had gone in. Yes, they really have to focus on burning this Immortal if they want to make anything happen. They will lose the keep if they don't focus the Immortal. So Sonya is making their way down here. There's a combo onto the Johanna who used Condemn, which I love. The Immortal's getting pretty low, but they did get the whole keep. And that's going to be constant lane pressure against BoomerGaming.
Thus ends my assault on hell.
It can feel really hard to come back from this sometimes, but it's a small map, so... They haven't used their ults yet. They see the Johanna here. See the Sonya. Oh, the arrow and the APOC didn't quite line up. There's a leap onto the back line here with the Blessed. Doing quite a bit of work. Is she gonna pop her ult here? Wow, the patience. The patience. I would have thought like a searing light would have killed me or something. I would have just popped my ult. So once again, there is an advantage here for Durotan's couch. They've got level 13, they've got this camp going down bot, and they can just play slow, play the map. And Zari's got unstoppable now. Diablo about to finish their Souls quest pretty soon. There it is. Diablo really looking to go in here. There's a root onto the Zarya. Expulsion Zone coming out, not letting Diablo leave. The Dragon's Arrow hitting the Oriole. Light Bomb, Genji. The crystal's actually saving her. Wow, it was a nice attempt to engage by BoomerGaming, but the tools, all the tools were used to survive there by Durotan's pouch. They're gonna get their reward, which is the last structure alive. Level 13 should be coming online soon for Red Team. It's just questionable on whether or not they can afford to just give another objective. Like, how much core damage is that gonna do? They don't have any structures left. They look like they do just want to fight it down 13. The APOC is actually huge, and they force the crystal here, but Anduin's in the expulsion zone. Dies to the Sonya in the backline. The Blessed onto the Genji. The Condemned to interrupt the deflect. She still hasn't used her ult. She's so patient. So patient. Gets to go for the throat with it too. You know, for some reason I thought there would be a lot more hero damage done this game, but there isn't that many kills either. Okay. Full health, full shield immortal, the whip. It's a good light bomb. Is Uriel just gonna try and boot them off? The Iron Skin on Johanna is not gonna let it happen. The wallbang onto the Hanzo. GG is getting called. I really don't think Genji has enough damage to defend the Immortal on a full team of 5. But I'm glad to see them still playing. Oh my gosh. And that's gonna be game 2, going to Durotan's couch. Which means we have a game 3. I don't know why we do this. Why we zoom in like that? I jumped on the bandwagon. Let's update the score here. Okay. Time to check out the third game. See what map it is. Dragonshire. Okay.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
To introduce Durotan's couch, we have I Just Fizzed on the Imperious, Wildcard playing Blaze, Goliath playing Hanzo, Yonners playing Tyrande, and Captain Wedge playing Uther. Double support. For BoomerGaming, we've got Dope Monster on the Zagara, E-Bagatron on the Brightwing, Kalavos on the Johanna, they're pushing each other, Chronicler on the Haga, and I Feed on Greyman.
3, 2, 1.
This is Q-Build Uther, Scatter Hanzo, Tissue Regen Daka. The follow-up stuns are insane. Imperious getting a little overzealous, but getting tongue to get pulled under the tower. No cleanse on the side of Durotan's couch just yet. like the creep. It's very good for the triangle. Nice dodge on the spear by Greymane. Very good creep setup thus far.
Worthy to wield the Dragon Knight's power?
Greymane doing this camp, I believe they got a globe or tapped the fountain just before. Ah, clearing the creep in the triangle. Now there's no advantage in the vision. They were also clearing the creep down here. The 3v1 top here. Nice poly. Eating the stun. That's very good. But the oil gonna prevent the Haka from following through. So there's 3 people bot here. Zagara having to anchor against the siege camp and a few people. But top, they're pushing with that bruiser camp. So Durotan's gonna help top. Multiple stuns onto the Greymane. And Illune's gonna bring Blaze right back up to full. If you get a Hanzo pick down here, it became a 2v3. Nice schmoves by the Brightwing. Just stab on Zagara. It gets interrupted by the Condemned. There has been so many good Condemned interrupts in the past couple games. I don't even know if they're intentional. The Haka's guarding the dragon here. There's 2 people mid fighting the Haka. Johanna having to back for mana. I'll see how long Greymane can defend mid here. Oh, Dahaka actually looping back around. Spear lands onto the Brightwing and the follow-up stun from Toronto's good. And Uther, I believe. Wow, that's so many stuns. This trio, Imperious, Toronto, Uther. Zagara tried to cap before the dragon got taken. Nice lead here by Durotan's couch. They got the dragon. They stole this camp. They're gonna take some damage here top. Where's the dragon going? Oh my gosh, the sidestep on the tongue is good. It looked like it went straight through her. But it was just a good dodge. Blaze was like, I'm gonna use the dragon to fix my lane. Nice tongue. There aren't any towers though. Greymane's looking. And a Z. Gonna get the poly. Oh, no finish. It's a good attempt. But after doing that gank, now they're giving up some of their position bot. Oh my goodness! Scar did a great job anchoring against 4 people. Now she must rest. No! Now she must rest. Okay. Blaze is picking up this Bruiser Camp, and Bruiser Camp getting weighed on by Greymane here. do see that Vile Drop quest for Zagara. You see the classic Soothing Mist build. Uther does pick up that cleanse. Attack speed reduction oil from the blaze. Level 10s are up for Durotan's couch. They picked Wrath for Imperious, Dragon's Arrow, Divine Shield, Bunker, and Starfall. And 10s are online for BoomerGaming as well. They've picked Isolation. Okay, Johanna getting the Iron... Oh my god! The Blessed! But then the Wrath, she does not have Iron Skin anymore. The Starfall is doing a lot. Law got used there. The arrow's pretty big. Not a ton of follow-up. That's a lot of ults used. The only ones not used are Bunker, Divine Shield, Isolation. Blaze probably gonna have to bunker here. Oh, that's a big stun. They're flying under the tower. Oh, the bunker! Hanzo and Uther are gonna pick up that camp during the skirmish. Or half of it. This is Zagara's domain. Do not enter. Do not disturb. Nice cleanup here in the top lane by the Haka. Now Zagara's alone. They do get that pick mid. Probably with a good Z poly. They're gonna have to defend bot here. The Haka gets the burrow. It's a 4v5 now. Johanna's a little low on health. Gets a nice combo onto Hanzo. They do pick up the Hanzo. Johanna's gonna back though. Wrath, not gonna connect. Imperious is gonna die first. Nice collapse by BoomerGaming. Didn't stop the back, but was close. Why miss Owl build Tyrande? Who would win? 2 healers or Zagara? Big stuns. Gremion's on the way. And Johanna and Brightwing. Don't know if this Uther's gonna make it out. Once again, a nice collapse. They actually used the Blessed because maybe they thought they wanted more. I'm interested. It's interesting that after getting the picks down here, they decided to stop pushing this structure. So Greymane and Imperious are coming top. It's gonna be a 2v2. Bunker getting popped, Curse Bullet getting popped, and Brightwing Z. So it looks like it's gonna be another well-timed collapse here by red team. Imperious is here too. Oh my gosh, the Dragon's Arrow is good. The Maw is really good. And the Blessed follow-up. I can't believe Johanna's still alive. The Maw is just such a fight changer. Like, it pauses everybody's position, you know. It's like, what do we do next? Who's in it? How many people are in it? What cleanses do we have? I love seeing the Starfall just get dropped on top of the Maw for defense. Johanna has been hitting these stuns. The Dragon's getting picked up by Johanna. Nice damage onto the Hanzo. Look at these stuns. Dagger's got a pretty big hitbox too.
Red team has destroyed
The mid fort goes down to Johanna and the Dragon. It sounds like a band name. Johanna and the Dragon. I love that both Both sides are just sending the dragon top. It's not what I'm used to seeing. Gather quest getting finished by that Hanzo. As far as the other quests go, we have not finished Subdue. Oh my gosh, these owls have been so annoying. 8 out of 12 on Bile Drop and 16 out of 30 on Toronto Stun, level 1. This doesn't really give you a reward though. Like a final reward. Wow, the tongue! He gets the cleanse from the Uther. Lots of cleanses onto the backline here. Brightwing's getting a little chunk. There's a D-shield onto the Uther who has Illusions. Wrath onto the Greymane, but Maw to kind of mitigate the damage from Hanzo and Tyrande. These have been some very good Maws. Oh my gosh, the arrow is huge! And the scatter! Oh, that was such a sick play by Hanzo. I really think Hanzo's one of the coolest DPS in the game. Just be able to play make like that. Bile Drop getting finished. So BoomerGaming, they're up 5 kills, a couple structures, half a level. But it was a really nice catch up by Durotan's capture. They want this fort. Nice spear onto the Zagara. The Uther. Uther's gone. And the burrow. This was a little deep for blue team. I don't even think this Hanzo's gonna make it out. Oh my gosh, the following auto from the Greymane. Just saw it go wee. I mean, that's some structures. It could be the whole wall, and some of the keep too. Let's see who wins this battle. I don't know. I feel like it's Blaze, but we'll see. Oh, it's not, and plus Doc's got the Z. Okay, so they didn't get the full wall, but they got nearly both towers.
The Dragon Knight's power.
And they just want the dragon right away. I think Toronto's gonna be able to stall one with Owl. Does miss, actually.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce you to...
We'll see where this one goes. I'm gonna fight over this camp for it. Get in the camp with Dragon. I didn't even know Dragon could cap the camp. Piercing arrows. Growths of saliva. Benediction. Teleport. I like the Starfall for the wave clear. The Dragon's actually having a hard time stepping up. It's quite chunked already. Okay, escorting some minions and a catapult in with the dragon. Hitting one hit on the keep. Yeah, nice defense by Durotan's couch. Cigar is still shooting it from afar. Oh, the dragon is gone. Level 20s are online, however, for BoomerGaming. They've taken Contagion, which is slash ISO, Blind About a Light, AoE Shield, Pack Instinct, more damage by the Hunter Killer to enemies affected by the Hunter Killer from Zagara. Basic attack Splash for Greymane. And Invisible Friends for Brightwing. They want to keep sieging this down here. It's kind of a 4v5, but Blaze is busy clearing the creep. Okay. BoomerGaming has finally walked away from bot. It's gonna pick up the camp. We're gonna get a lot of camps here. Getting 2 bruiser camps. And a siege camp, presumably. The owl's gonna check it out. We love owl. They're kind of looking at this Blaze up here. Everybody's walking this direction. Blaze is probably definitely gonna have bot bunker at some point. You get the Z, the Blessed, the Poly. The bunker still goes off after Blaze gets Poly. Like, bunker is so busted. It was a really nice timing though by the Blaze. And blue team's gonna get their level 20s. I can't say whether or not they'll be able to defend Dragon, because they've been having to do some homework here for all those camps. Dragon gonna get capped, and let's see who's in the Dragon. It's Zagara. That's a lot of their damage. But just based off the health of the Dragon alone, I'm pretty sure they can get the keep. This is AoE shield, by the way. Extra stuns by the Tyrande. The Wrath CD in health. Or Imperious. Starfall behind them. It's gonna make them walk away. They got what they wanted. They got the keep. Nice scatter onto the Dragon. Big stun. So there's Allunes onto the Blaze. The Maw is absolutely huge, but so is the Wrath. And then the bunker. There's so many people in stasis right now. Oh, the Splash ISO after the Maw for the AoE shields. The stuns from Tyrande are massive, but it's still 4v5 right now. The teleport in! Ah! Tried to get their ult off. Didn't quite connect. Now you've got 2 supports and a Hanzo. I think they can do it. They can do it! They can hold! Look, they're stoned now! The random stuns from the level 20 are so good here. Wow. They've almost got that Dahaka. And that's Joe's unstoppable. But they're fast. It's insane. I love this trio. They held. 3v5. So they're gonna go look at camps. BoomerGaming taking siege, adding more core pressure here. Durotan's couch gonna take top camp. At this point, you just want to deny BoomerGaming the camps. You don't want more homework to do.
Prepare yourselves, heroes.
Another dragon would be really devastating if BoomerGaming took it. Dahaka has been able to keep most of their gambit, which has been nice. This is where the global shines. You have Dahaka waiting on top. Probably able to Z. Gonna clear out this camp first. It's nice that Durotan's couch is holding bot, because this is the lane where they have the most pressure because they don't have that structure. They sent Vision through the middle here. Brightwing is somehow here. Stealthy dragon. And now blue team, they know. They know about this camp. They know what's going on. So the Maw lands on Uther. Everybody's ult on the side of blue is still up. There's a Blessed. I like this. I like that blue is forcing team fights here. I wonder if these little guys do percentage to, heroes. Oh, okay. Because they were hitting the bunker. Okay, the Haka went and grabbed the box. Now there's dragon pressure. Now blue has to play in the middle. Well, sort of. They have to play in the middle and then act quickly because there's 2 cats bought. But red wants to keep them here for that reason. The arrow's huge. Brightwing was able to blink out. Wrath getting interrupted, looks like. Oh my gosh, Brightwing is just barely hanging on. So Uther did fall. Was not able to get D-Shield off before death. Which is really important. And Zagara's killing Imperius from way across the screen. Oh my gosh, they're so chunked though. That's a lot of core damage right now too.
Now it burns.
That's 14%. And they've got everybody coming bot.
Blue team's core is taking damage.
There's the Starfall. I feel like a flame breath and a kick would just kill the Hanzo here. And that's gonna be game 3. Going to BoomerGaming. Pretty good series of games. Felt like they were evenly matched. Let's see. That's a lot of siege done by the Blaze. I know they had the dragon at least once. Oh my gosh. Look at this damage from the Zagara. And the Tyrande. I mean, that's the slot that you've... Well... Yeah. That's the slot. Second damage that you've placed Tyrande in. But it was 5 to 17 kills. So they had a lot of damage, but they weren't able to finish a lot of the time. And they unfortunately fell behind in macro, which is honestly a symptom of having double support sometimes. But yeah, super fun games. Thanks for watching. I hope there will be some hours spent watching the VODs for you guys. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Till next time.